Is and no.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Welcome to my home.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which restaurant is that?
It's what, I'm sorry?
Which restaurant is this?
This is my home. What do you mean? Which restaurant is this? Come on, man.
Yeah, no, you gotta.
Yeah, we got a restaurant over here.
I'm about to show you the quickest.
Show you the menu. So we're here somewhere. Let me go get it. GJ is coming down, man. So my analysis from Asian session played out perfectly with your sent.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I mean, now just gotta wait for a support to be formed so we can continue moving up. So, you know, that's something I'm gonna wait for. Let's see here. Check a look on the daily. Previous daily candle closed bullish. This one is continuing bullish. Looking on the 4 hour. 4 hour had a resistance around this area around 133, 100. And it looks like this one's coming down. Potentially this one's coming down to maybe like continue up to retest the high, because this was the high created at pre-London and the price just dropped. So on the 1 hour, it needs to create some sort of support. I mean, you have these candles here. There's a market here. So let me see. So you had this candle closing here, this closed here, this closed here. If this one closes bullish, there's a very high chance for the 7 a.m. candle to continue moving up, 7 a.m. Eastern. So just gotta wait. I think if you're looking for sells, good sells are going to be below 133, 100, because you see this was resistance. So support was held over here. So I mean, that would make much more sense. But for now, I'm just going to look for buys to continue heading up to 133, 500. I actually had buys when Monty was doing his stream. I was awake, I was eating, and had buys right here, from over here, and then it got stopped out at break even. Nice green screen. No, it's not a green screen. This is my home, right here. So welcome to my home right now. We just bought some desks right over here. Bought some flowers right over here. Installed that glass. Installed that glass. Yo, you gotta admit me. Admit you where? Hospital?
Bro.
Oh, Zoom. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Don't you have to admit everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to. So let's see here.
Yeah, it's just ranging right now. So.
Yeah, it's just ranging. Just waiting for this 1 hour to close. See how if the 1 hour closes bullish, I'm gonna try to see if I can take buys here again.
All right.
Roger bought a mansion.
I bought a mansion, exactly. I installed a new house in a smaller house. Installed it. Yeah. What's this? 30-minute. Candle broke resistance, created a high, price made resistance at London Open. Waiting to see how price reacts here. Price is in uptrend, creating a lower low. Yeah, I mean that would make sense for price to go up. So just waiting at this moment here, see what happens. Gold, 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 gold. How are the spreads on gold here anyway? Spreads on gold. 4 pips, 5 pips. Not enough for me to trade. Alright, perfect. Look at this. Look at the 30-minute here. It's coming up. I think this could be since it's breaking this high on the 30-minute, this could be a nice entry having a stop below the previous 30-minute candle. Entering over here and stopping at like 13, 14 pips. Target up at like 133,500 because the 15-minute candle is also about to close. You know, so that would make sense. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. Because now this 30-minute has broken the high of this candle. It's 15 minutes also closing here. So, like, you know, if the 15-minute closes bullish, and then if the next 15-minute also tries to go bullish, then that means the 30-minute is going to close bullish, and then you could have a, yeah, I mean, this is awesome because even if you look at the higher highs and higher lows, this is what's happening. I mean, this current candle made a low, which is higher than the previous candle. It also, if it closes and makes a high, then it's higher than the previous one, and then you can expect the next one to continue moving up to this area, 133,500. Nice house. Thank you, thank you. We installed these windows. We installed these windows yesterday.
So shiny.
Waiting for the 15-minute to close. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Look at the 15-minute, also 15 minutes closing above, the candles hit to the left. You got the 30-minute. Also, if it closes bullish, this could be a very, very nice entry here. Expecting the next 30-minute candle to continue bullish, kind of like this. If this closes bullish. So this is what you're going to be looking for. Because, even if it closes so let's take a look at this, right? So even if it closes at this resistance, I would anticipate the pre-New York volume to continue the candle moving up. That's what I would anticipate, for the candle to continue moving up with the pre-New York volume.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning.
Look at you and your pad.
Yeah, just installed the bigger house in the new house.
That looks good, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Clear.
Thank you.
It's a nice camera, man.
Yeah. Ordered from Amazon.
Yeah, man.
Morning, guys. Morning, Chris.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
What do you use to draw on the screen? Oh, it's Zoom. I use Zoom to draw on the screen. Buys above 30-minute close. Yep, that looks good. It's this chart here. USD CAD buys 1 hour. Yeah, I think over here the problem you might have is this 1 hour resistance right here. This is the problem you would have. I think a better buy would be in this area, since here when you look left you have a clean candle here. So this could get a little risky, but it makes sense at the same time too, because you have the 1 hour candle, it has no wick at the bottom, which means that there was no bearish pressure at all, but still you have to be careful because this is a range you're in. All this area, this is a range.
I was a little bit late on, but where did you you said you took buys earlier?
Yeah, I took buys.
Something like 30-minute that kind of started rejecting from the bottom end. That
Oh no, so I took buys right over here.
Yeah, I wondered if it was there or just the next candle. Yeah.
It was right here, and then I had a buy stop at right over here above this candle. So took profits, and the buy stop got stopped at break even over here.
Yeah, we were looking at similar stuff on a 15 basically. Yeah, it made sense.
Yes, sir.
But we kind of did a similar thing, but to the left a little bit. Where that big wick went up. That bearish.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this has a very high probability to continue moving bullish. A very, very high probability.
Surprisingly low volume this morning though.
Yeah.
Didn't move a lot at all. Asian was fire. Looking at Asian.
Yeah, Asian was amazing. Wasn't really expecting that big of a move in Asian session, to be honest.
On the 30-minute, there's a real nice option. Well, you've got it on where your line is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great option right now.
If we do push up, we're gonna tap that high of the day. Tap into that level.
Yeah, my aim is to like 133, 500. 133, 500, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, 450, 500 I think is good.
Too much consolidation, I'll pass.
Oh, that's okay. The volume in pre-New York is gonna break this consolidation. The worst comes to worst, your stops are here at like 133, 150. This is your stop for the buys to play out. This is your stop right here, 133, 150. Aggressive stops, and then your conservative stops are around 133 even. But I'm pretty confident that as long as this low holds, we should continue moving up. The 30-minute candle is about to close in 12 minutes as well, so should be pretty good. Good morning. I am late today. Well, now you need to stand in a naughty corner. Okay. What's this? Dot speeds. take a look at this. New Zealand JPY. I mean, price action wise, it looks good. You know, price action wise, it looks amazing. But the problem here is that when you look at New Zealand, you're like, okay, is New Zealand open at this time or closed? So you're like, okay, it's closed. And then you look at the yen, and then you're like, okay, is the yen open at this time? And then you're like, no, it's closed. So then you got to really understand that, okay, if New Zealand JPY is closed, then I don't think there should be a reason to trade something that is closed. You get me, mate? Yeah.
Get me.
Be very careful. GU. Let's take a look at this. GU. Wait for break. Target. Makes sense. Because you have clean traffic here. You're expecting the volume to continue pushing it up. You know. Has the pound gained strength? I don't think there was anything on the... yeah, there was no news.
No, not really. Boris is back in work. That's about it.
Nice.
But
let's see what the Chinese indicator is saying. Oh man, it's saying pound is strong. You know, I mean, it's saying pound is strong, the dollar is weak, the yen is close, so that doesn't really matter. So, I mean, there's a very high probability this should go up.
actually, pound US dollar looks pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, this pound US dollar here, oof,
Yeah.
amazing.
Pound CAD looked good too earlier.
Yeah, pound CAD. Let's take a look at pound CAD. Oh yeah, pound CAD also looks good. Oh, pound CAD looks way better.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It seems, I don't know why, but it seems a lot cleaner this morning. 30 minutes looked really good.
Look at that. Going straight up over here.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm in this.
Nice.
I don't know if there's enough room left, but got a bit of time, I think.
If you're biased on if you're biased on a pair but see candles start forming a certain way, will you change your opinion? Yeah, it depends, you know, like my bias on GJ is buys right now, and if the candles, if this 30-minute closes, if the next 30 minutes starts breaking the low over here, then obviously I'm going to say, okay, hey, like, you know what, now my bias, it might not play out, right? And then I'm going to start looking to see that, okay, if I'm going to look for sells, then I would want to look for sells of a break below, you know, 133, 060, 050 to continue down. So that's how you're kind of like playing with your bias. What's this chart? And I think I look at like, oh, buy stuff at this area for safer entry would be a good entry. Yep, good entry. That would be a great entry. I think if you have a buy stop above the 30-minute high, like around, you know, like 133, 320, 330, that could be a good buy stop. But at the same time, then your stop is going to be below the 30-minute candle, which is right over here, 133, 150. So wherever you're entering for buys, your stop is going to be at 133, 150. It's just simple as that. You're so pro on jumping rope. Oh yeah. Yeah, jumping rope. Been jumping on the rope for a long time.
Nice.
What stars shall we look at today for sells or buys? I think once the Saturn's moon comes in conjunction with Jupiter's moon, you could, yeah, you know.
I mean, Bitcoin's gonna go to 100,000.
100,000.
Yeah, at the end of the year. Yeah.
There was this McAfee guy. McAfee guy said Bitcoin's going to go to like 1 million before the end of 2020, and if it doesn't, he's gonna do something.
I think he made a lot of money off that remark.
Yeah. What's this? I'm in a position posted yesterday. Oh, Francisco, you sent the wrong chart. Can't open it. Yeah, this week I've leveled up. I've got a webcam now, right here, and also increased my lot sizes too. Let's see how it goes.
Living on the edge, man.
Yeah, living and sitting on the edge too. Sitting on the edge of the seat right now. How does it feel to be so confident in your trading? Honestly, it's just like, it's nothing major. I mean, I know if I'm going to take one trade and I plan my idea right now. So this is my idea, right? This 30-minute candle closes bullish. I'm going to try to enter buys. Well, I'm going to enter buys. And if it works out, awesome. If it hits my stop loss, then we have the next day to look forward to. You know, so that's about it. So this should be a good trade.
Looks good. Early is bullish.
Oh, trading with Paul donated $5. Nice. Looks like withdrawal hit. Can you check this chart? Let's take a look at this chart. This is waiting for the bullet candle to close above area consolidation area, waiting for support to be formed around 4 hours. Yeah, this is gonna continue up. I mean, the bias is up, bullish. You know, it made a high over here, came down, kind of consolidating. You know, so it consolidated through London, and now we're moving into pre-New York session, right? So, I mean, if there's going to be volume in pre-New York, it should continue moving bullish. We respect this low, and we're going to move up. Move up right over here. This will be a beautiful trade. It's just going to be absolutely beauty.
Yeah, I got in an early position.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What price did you enter?
I got in at the break of the previous 30-minute candle, so 133,260.
Okay.
That's a good entry, man.
That's a
Yeah.
very good entry. 133.
Sorry. Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
133,260. Yeah.
Where are you going to target? Probably going to target around like 400. If it gets to 450, that'll be pretty good too. So yeah, that'll be a really good trade. Thanks for Nerd Stream. Happy Monday. I believe what we say. I believe I heard you say last week that you risked 300 to 600 on a trade. Does that mean you are earning 1 to 2 ratio and winning? Yeah, I mean, 10 pips, you know, it works perfect for me. So that's what I'm going based off of. The only trade GJ, yes. Exactly. GJ. Let's take a look at the 15-minute, perfect. Take a look at the 1 hour, perfect. 30-minute, perfect. Perfect. Took a buy here on GJ.
Nice.
Yeah. Got like a 12 pip stop. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. We got 1.5 minutes left for it to close. If it closes like this, I'm gonna stay in these buys. You know, now looking at the 1 hour over here, 1 hour also needs to close bullish, so that'll be perfect. That's gonna be a win-win.
Yeah, that 1 hour might retrace a little bit and then just head up.
Yeah, and then just head up.
I'm just waiting to put additional entries in. So I've got 3 already. I'm just waiting for like more.
Nice.
Man, I'm the master of additional ones, Rakeel.
Yeah, I've been noticing.
Go easy, Rockefeller.
How can I send a chart? Well, you need to watch the introduction video that is in the description, and then you'd be able to open the chart. How do I learn more about one-on-one mentoring? Well, that's a secret. How much your open position in one day? That does not matter. Oh, wrong chart. Come on, man. There we go. The candles have closed. The 30-minute candle has closed bullish here. Looking at the 15-minute candle. Now, if this 15-minute candle breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, I'm going to use my magic keys to close 50%. Because there's one thing called trade management, and there's another thing called risk management, right? Trade management is when price is going in profits. And risk management is when price is coming in a drawdown. You know, so when price is coming back in a drawdown, you really want to manage your risk, right? Which means like you decide to maybe close 50% or maybe take off some portion of that too, so that like you don't end up with a bigger loss. You know, so that's very important. As you can see here,
There you have it.
Perfect.
It's broken the high, so you know it should continue bullish here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking a look at the 15-minute candles, kind of bring the stop loss closer here. 133, 200. GPY, should I buy? I think you should just close the stream and just do something else. It's crazy. Let's take a look at GPCAD. GPCAD is also trying to push up here. Gold is just, I think gold might continue down.
Yeah, gold's gonna drop.
Yeah, it's been moving its way bit by bit.
Gold is dropping. Yeah, I think it should come down to like 1713.
Yep, that's what I got.
Oh, nice.
I got take profit 1713.85.
Yeah, sensible. I mean, if it gets past that, you can potentially get as far as between 10 and 11, I think.
Yes. I'm just riding it, the continuation from last week.
Yep.
And the spreads are a lot better.
They are today. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, it's like back to normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Although we'll be aiming for 10 pips again, and then 30 pip retracements.
Exactly. Yeah, my stop loss is in profit now with gold, so hopefully it should come down to 17.13 on the 5-minute. Once we break this minor support, we have a nice clean move all the way down to 17.14.60, and then it should wick out at 17.13.
Where did you enter on that, Teddy?
I just entered right at the 7 a.m.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Continuation. I just got stopped out. But... yeah, well. Let's look for another entry.
Good try. Good try. Well, that's what we can do. You know, you just try. Are you worried about the 1 hour wick? Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I mean, if it does come down, I have my stops there, right? So what's the most that's going to happen? It's going to stop me out? That's okay.
All right, I'm going to look for another entry below 17.16, like 17.15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hunt this area here. Hunt this area, hopefully a rejection, and into this area here. This I thought we would reject and we should push down. It made sense, but it seems like it's going to bounce off that support. So I'll put an entry below this area here so that I don't get caught in this mess over here.
So you're looking to go below this previous candle low now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because originally, if you look at the hourly, you had this sort of like weird candle and you had a huge drop. So I was expecting like another huge drop, right? So you have this, but because we don't have that, I don't want to play around in that area. Just in case this decides to wick up a little bit more over here, then I rather just catch it as it starts to drop.
Yep.
I don't want to. I wanted the nice entry, but since it's not giving me, I'll just put the entry below that area.
Break and retest sell. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. So you're looking at that area. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty strong support.
It's interesting actually, using the same levels from 2 weeks ago, like 24 to 13. It's pretty cool.
Are you not worried gold can potentially wick down and bounce back up? Well, I mean, if it does wick down, I'm hoping that it wicks down just to that 17.13 spot. That's what I'll anticipate. There's also positive news coming out from the US. The pre-market data is positive. The overall daily candle is negative, right, or is bearish. So I think we have a good opportunity to continue moving down. 4 hours bearish. 1 hour looks like it just sort of exhausted for a bit, but it looks like it's still continuing bearish. So there's lots of confluence for my idea, for me.
So at this point, I closed 50% of my position because, like, you know, if it does come down further and hit my stop, I don't want to lose in my entire position, right? So it's better to kind of like take some risk off. So there you go, close 50%, and if it starts to go up, might add positions, but so far, that's about it. Now we're waiting. Nice shirt. Yes, this shirt cost $6. Not even joking. All right, what's this chart? This is gold, Fibonacci TP1, 1620, TP2. Perfect. This makes perfect sense here. Yeah, I think you should stick to this trade idea right over here rather than this trade idea here, because I mean, I don't know, this trade idea is too wild. It's
Like,
very aggressive and it's too crazy.
Got all that room to get there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because like if you're waiting for price to come down to your area there, why not just wait for price to break the support and then take this move going down till your S, where you have your S. That'll be a better idea. Can you close partials on MetaTrader 4? Yes, you can. Or you can close partials using this. Oh, coming in. Oh, got stuffed out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I exited 7 pips.
Oh, nice. That's not bad. Oh no, the position is still alive. It's still alive.
That must have been like
On
skin your
MetaTrader.
teeth.
Yeah, no, the spread. It's still alive there.
Wow.
Yeah. Raja, is that a fake background? I don't know, man. I don't even know how to answer that question.
That's like a green screen.
Yo, Roger, you should put a San Francisco background over there.
Yeah, so I'm outside.
Yeah, yeah. They'll be like, what? Roger, you're not respecting the social distancing.
Let's take a look here. Oh, wrong chart. Yeah, gold should continue down. I think, yeah, the 30-minute made a high at like 17.18. Should continue down. Man, this thing is still alive over here. Just wait and see what happens. What's your opinion on changing your lot size based on percentage of your risk per trade? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, if you're seeing that you are progressing, like if you're growing your account by a set amount of percentage, it's always a good idea to increase your lot sizes based on that same percentage. You know, it's a great idea. But then a point comes in your life where you've grown your account, you've done withdrawals, and then you stop focusing on percentages and you start focusing on, okay, how can I now break the mental barriers of using bigger lot sizes? And that's where you want to be. Because like when you're focusing on percentages, you're basically working on your discipline. You know, you're grinding out 2%, 3%, you know, maybe like 5-6% a week or 10-12% a month. You know, you're grinding that out. But then a point comes where you're like, okay, you know what, I've made enough. Now it's time to see if I can really, really push the limits. Can you delete the yellow sentence? I want to see your face. Okay, no problem. Let me just remove this. Move this down over here.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hey, good morning.
What's up, dude?
Not much. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Chilling, mate. Chilling.
Chilling. We're just waiting right now.
Changing things up, Raja. With the,
Yes.
damn, I like it. Beautiful.
Changing things up right now.
You used to do it, then then you stopped for a little bit. Now you're back.
Yeah, now we're back. Well, we were renovating the house, you know. So as you can see, we installed the new windows over here. We bought a new vase, some green trees here, and got a little office over there. You know, so
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks amazing, man.
Thank you, thank you. Do you believe that the bank level exists? I don't believe I believe the bank level exists, but then at the same time, I believe that the banks don't want us to know where their bank levels are. So that idea doesn't exist. The idea that, oh, I only trade bank levels, that doesn't exist. What's this? Oh, a nice trade. Very nice. Oh, got stopped out. Perfect. Down 8 pips over here. Oh. GTFI. You still hold GJ? No, I got stopped out. Close GJ. Good thing I closed 50% earlier when it was coming down. So that was a good thing. Yeah, see now this candle, it broke the high over here on the 30-minute, and the 1 hour candle also closed bullish. The 30-minute also closed bullish. So we were expecting the pre-New York to break up, but it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Best thing to do is to always cover stop loss when in profit. Yes, that's true. Can you remove the white laser beam? This is the sun. God is shining its laser on me right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. I like the trade management approach of closing 50%, mitigate the risk, very clean. Yeah, I mean, if I had my stop where it was, I would have lost $1,000, you know? But since it was where it was, I lost $765, you know? So it's not that bad. I mean, it's still a loss, but, you know, like, the risk was managed, so that's okay. Even though you had a bullish bias. Yes, sir.
Hey, Raja.
Yeah.
I want to ask, if GJ, the candle, broke the current candle high, will you give your trade the second chance?
I can't hear you.
Hello.
Morning, rakeel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your volume is too low.
He said if it broke the current candle high, would you give the trade a second chance?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, I'd wait for the 1 hour to close bullish. You know, then I would give the trade another chance. But
Okay, thank you.
yeah, but like right now, there's no way to tell. Right now, there's no way to tell. Like there are unlimited scenarios that could play out. You know, so there's no way to tell what's gonna happen. Because the only way I could tell it's going to go up was because this candle closed bullish. It closed above the high of the previous candle, and it just logically it made sense for this one to continue moving up with the volume in pre-New York, but it decided to come down, take us out. So you know, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you had a bullish bias and had a loss with that big bearish candle, you would still keep your bullish bias unless it breaks below the lows. Is this correct? Yeah, I mean, right now my bias on GJ is neutral, you know, because it's approaching some sort of support, so it's like not really sure. It's not really a sell. It's not really a sell because the candle is approaching a support, you know, so you want to take a sell once it breaks support, you know. So it's not really a buy either because now the candle is going bearish, you know, so it just makes no sense to take a buy right now. So just chilling. Let's take a look at this. 4-hour support, 4-hour candle close, enter the trade with 30-minute bearish candle. I think you entered the trade when the candle, that candle was really, really, really weak. That was a really weak candle. So I think that wasn't a good entry. What's this? Euro USD 30 minute. BE at 121. Nice. See, if I were you and if I saw this candle here coming down, if I saw this candle breaking the low of the previous candle, I would have closed 50% of my positions. Yeah, to be safe. Oh. What are your personal feelings about Friday? I don't know. I don't talk about people. I don't discuss people. I mean, that's it. Because we're here to look for trades and talk about some informational stuff. So it makes no sense to talk about something else. I mean, GJ waiting for some kind of resistance to be formed to take buys. I think you're waiting for some sort of support to be formed to take buys. Hello, is Magic Keys wireless? No. You see this invisible wire over here? See this invisible wire? It's wireless, man. Don't worry.
Raja.
Hey.
Raja. No. Hey. No fancy car, no fancy lifestyle, but you have fancy house right there.
Yeah. This is.
Yeah. Sultan.
Yeah, Sultan. The Raja of India. No. Pakistan, not India.
Yeah.
Buys on breaks and close above gray zone. Nice. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I guess GU didn't really break up either. GU is now back in this range as well. Yeah, pretty shitty position to be in. Now this 30-minute candle is trying to go up. So we're going to see what happens here. May try to re-enter, but I'm just going to relax here for a bit. Can you explain the no wick on the candle? How does it apply and how do you see it, please? We've explained it a bunch of times and we're not going to explain it again. It's in one of the live streams if you look. What are your thoughts on NASDAQ 100? My thoughts on NASDAQ 100 is that it's a great thing to trade. It has clean movements. People have told me that the market structure is really good, and I don't trade it. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, if you can send a chart on NASDAQ, then we can take a look at that chart. But the 30-minute candles are about to close in 7 minutes here. Did you stop analysis on US30? I didn't stop. Like, I'm just looking at US30 on my leisure, Let's take a look at US30, see what's going on. Alright, so looks like US30 on the daily looks bullish. 4-hour, it met some resistance, but at the same time it also broke above this resistance here to the left. It hasn't really gone bullish So there's a chance it might go bullish and create a top wick on the 4-hour, but for it to do that, it needs to create some sort of support on the small time frames, which is going to be right over here. Now when you look at the 1-hour, the previous candle closed with no wick, which means there's no range. So there's a 50-50 chance for it to either go down or go up. Looking now on the 30-minute chart, I mean, if this 30-minute closes bullish, you could say that, okay, you know what, maybe it's creating some sort of support over here, support creating right over here as well to continue moving up. So you really have to wait for this candle to close. Is there a way to see order block? I have no idea. I don't know what order blocks are.
You need special glasses for that.
Yeah, you need to take special classes.
Mm.
Maybe Google something. Oh, someone sent a chart. Oh, wrong chart. How many pairs do you trade? I mainly trade just one pair. It's GJ. What are you using for that webcam display? Nothing, man. This is my house. Look at the hallway over there. Look way over there. Tomorrow I'm going to show you guys the outside of my house. Just got to find a nicer picture.
You gotta sit beside a pool.
Yeah.
You're in a pool? Who's in a pool?
Not right now. If I press close half on magic keys and I'm trading, for example, SPS and GJ, it will close half. No, so if you're using magic keys, whatever chart you have open and you press close half, it's going to close half on that chart. That's what it's going to do.
I think today on GJ is gonna be rangy.
Yeah, it's just ranging right now.
Even though it's Monday, so there's no rush.
Yep. There's no rush on a Monday.
No rush.
Oh, wrong chart.
That's why I don't like that. Said earlier, I don't like that consolidation area.
Yeah, I mean, I had buys earlier on, so I basically lost those profits. Right now I'm at like negative $33. So it's not really, it's not that bad.
Jesus, it looks horrible.
Yeah, it's been
That looks
awful.
so bad.
This morning was tough.
Yeah, this is tough, man. Look at this.
That's so tough.
Now you know what's happening. Now this 1-hour candle is coming into these wicks, right? So previously, when this candle went down till here, it looked really bearish, but it pulled up. Next candle came down, did the same thing, pulled up. Next candle did the same thing. So this candle can also do the same thing, which is why it's going to be very hard to take a sell over here, because you know you might become the wick and then you're like, oh man, I got the good entry but in the opposite direction, you know. So it wouldn't make any sense if you're trying to look for sells. Good sells are going to be below this support 133.050. This is the area you're going to be targeting, because if we break below 133.050, then you know that, okay, price may come down to this support right over here. And this range is going to be, it's a 20 pip range. It's not that big at all. Interesting.
So you've been up for a while already then?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been up for 3 hours now.
Yeesh.
Yeah. What's this chart here? Price created resistance, support created. Looks good. Do you put stop loss? Do you put extra pips considering the spread? No. No, when I put my stops at break even, they're at break even. So I eat the spread basically. I come to Canada to meet you. Is this okay? Yes, it's perfect. But you can't come right now because we're doing social distancing. Especially from people who come from out of some other country. Anyone buying gold? I think gold is going to be a good buy once you have candles closing above 1718.
Tend to agree. It's in that range. I still want sells. But if we don't, then we're probably going back up to 1720.
Yeah, see that candle close bullish above that.
Yep. So it might pull up all the way there. I just the whole daily. I mean, unless this daily pulled down to now drive back up. So we'll see what happens. I might just not trade gold at all today.
Sell now. When it breaks, it'll be too late. Oh, sell now what? Sell now.
Sell it. Sell it now. Sell it.
Sell now. Sell your pants.
Can you help me with that chart? Let's take a look at this area. Happy birthday and wish you many more. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's your birthday?
Yeah, bro, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
Seriously, your birthday, bro?
No, it's not.
Oh man.
Come on, Raja.
That's why everybody's so silent.
I don't know, man. This guy said happy
He was
birthday.
coming
So
with a cake or some shit like that.
I'm like, I'll take it.
His birthday was like 6 months ago, right?
It's in 1 month.
Yeah.
Relax, people.
It's in 1 month. I'll take the cake. I'll take the gifts. Yeah.
I didn't know him 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, you didn't know me.
You can still give him the gift. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, when is your birthday again? In a month? No, you're lying.
It's private.
Oh, it's like 6 months ago.
No, it's on 20th May.
Private.
Not anymore.
Man, God is really shining this laser on me, man.
It's like beam.
Yeah.
People in the chat are trying to figure out where you're located.
He is in his kitchen, no? Oh no.
No, man, this is our sunroom.
Perfect.
GJ 1 hour made a new low.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna come down to the support. The 30-minute also broke below these candles, broke and closed below all these candles. Seems like it's going to continue moving down towards 133.050. To be honest, looking at the weekly, yesterday I was looking at the weekly, and it seemed like the weekly candle can continue down to fill this wick. So maybe this move up was a weekly creating like a top wick, you know? And for it to really continue down, it needs to stay below 133. Because take a look at this on the 4 hour. 4 hour broke above this range, came up. Now it's starting to come down. If it's going to go up, it needs to respect this support here. Now, I took buys here earlier on, expecting price to continue moving up, but since it's coming down, you're starting to look on the high time frame and see that, okay, maybe on the high time frame it might come down to this area to create a support on the lower time frames, and then you can execute a buy, continue going up. But if it closes below this area, then you're looking on the lower time frames for potential resistances forming here for price to continue moving down. So those are like two scenarios that you're playing at the same time.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing with gold, Raja. Like 17, 18, 70, looking potentially for buys, or below this hour candle at like 17, 15. The thing that's confusing me is the daily is very bearish, but then is that just the weekly wick to then start to go to the upside, right? You see how it's rejecting that same area again, and now the weekly wick is start. So that's why I'm a little hesitant with the sells, and I might move to buys, but I don't know if this daily candle is going to move that hard, or it'll be tomorrow's candle that moves us. So when we look at the daily candle here, we really need this daily candle to obviously flip to go up here, but one can say we didn't break this support, so buys are valid. But what you might find is this candle goes up a bit and then drops down, and then this candle's the next one that goes up. So we might have a bit of a bearish push for a bit until we resume a bullish momentum. Since I've been watching it, it's been bouncing in this hour range. Like it's been dropping down and then pulling back up, but then the 30-minute candle left a nice wick from the downside to go up. So I'm almost looking at that, but it's hard to say right now. The higher time frames are bearish, so this is one of those situations where what do? You sit on your hands and wait for full confirmation.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the weekly, and if this was, let's say, the 1 hour chart on the weekly,
yeah, exactly, you'd be going up.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that I'm watching right now. It's just the higher time frames, like your 4 hour is the one that's confusing me right now. The 4 hour is still bearish, so that's where I'd want to just get that to go bullish and then take it. So that's why I'm not too concerned if we don't get the entry like right at 1717 to go up. I'm okay with that, because technically speaking, anything above 1722, you're going to like 1734, so it's okay. That's where I'm not too concerned, but I would like the range from 1718 to 1721 if possible, but I'll take 1722 to 1734. So I'll sit back and wait. Hopefully we get a little bit better drop and go from there, because see, this is the first range that I want. I want to go from here to here, and then from there to I think it was 1734, so further up. So ideally I would like to catch this move here. Seems pretty safe, but I mean, obviously these candles here are giving us issues.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the 4 hour time frame is bearish, and the 1 hour time frame really didn't give us any good confluence to say that we were going to go up. But we'll see how that works. I'm comfortable with sells below 1715 and buys above 1718. Ultimately, I do want buys in the long term, but this is more of a short term move. Like if we go 1715, we go 1715 to 1713, reject that, then go back up. That's fine too. But I am looking for buys on the higher time frames. Like I want, like later this week, gold will probably be a buy up to 1730 or whatever. It's just right now, in the immediate term, sells are probably a little bit more valid. There's positive pressure coming in from the U.S., so you might get a positive day today with the U.S. dollar, which will push gold down.
Ooh, someone sent $5 with a chart. Thank you, but you sent the wrong chart. Just need to kind of fix it. All right, EJ sells. Stop loss above the previous candle. This looks good. I think once you look on the 15-minute, let's take a look at here on the 15-minute here. Yeah, if you look on the 15-minute, I think you would need to see if this 15-minute closes bullish, you might want to close 50% of your position. Yeah, it'd be very tricky. So you'll have to manage the trade as it goes, you know, against you.
You on a GJ still?
GJ what, I'm sorry?
You looking for GJ sales?
No, GJ sells maybe below 133, but I'm not going to take another trade here today.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, right now on the 15-minute, it's currently at 133, 150 support. I don't know if it breaks below that. That's a minor range, down to like 133 even. That's like 6 pips only.
Yeah, it's not big enough. What's this here? What is this? There's no labeling on it, nothing. It's just, I don't even know what's going on here. Hope you're well. Posted this in Monty's stream earlier. Oh, let's take a look here. What's this? Interested to see what happens at 133 zone. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the 133 zone here too. Kind of want to see what happens here. Either we reject it and continue, and if we break above 133.300 to continue going up, because now this is a minor resistance form. Right here. So the areas I'm looking at areas over here for a safe, clean move now, or over here for a safe, clean move. All this in the middle is just junk. It's very difficult to predict where it's going to go. Sells if closes below. AUD JPY. I think when you're trying to choose a pair to trade, you really need to understand if this pair is really open in this session. You know, because if you look at AUD is closed, makes no sense to trade AUD. You look at JPY is closed, makes no sense to trade JPY. So I mean, why? Why, man? It's just so difficult. You know, you would want to trade a pair that has a lot of volume in the session you're in. You know, so if you're in a let's say the New York London overlap, you might want to trade pairs that are open in this session. How do you know that? I don't know. It's just logic. Oh, nice. We got a cowboy over here. Entered sells. Perfect. Beautiful.
Cowboy.
You still watching gold, Ted?
Yeah, I am too. I didn't know. I wasn't keen on that 30-minute, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have a nice nice drop right now. About 15-minute candle close.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping next 15-minute candle to continue the move. It's looking good.
Yeah.
Even though we have that small support right there, but once we break 17-16, we'll be heading downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Like I said, I think it's from a short-term perspective. So like just a trade for today, I think we have sell opportunities, but I think overall later this week we'll probably get buys. So I think we can come down. There's no doubt. It's a very tight range. So if you're trading gold today, if that's part of your plan, you're probably going to get stopped out a lot because it is very, very difficult to trade today. But if we do get the move, it'll probably be 10 to 15 pips max. That's what I'd be looking for. I wouldn't be looking for anything more than that to the downside. I think if you can get 10 to 15 pips and you have two positions, what I would do is I would close one at 10 pips profit and let the other position run in case it does run to 1709, 1710. But really, with gold, I'd be really looking to take profit as soon as possible, just because of the fact that we look at the higher time frames like the daily and the weekly, and I really think we're having this pull down to create a wick to go to the upside, which will start later on this week. So just be very cognizant of that. The confirmation for sells for myself is I'm just looking at the higher time frame, like the 4 hour, and that's really pushing down. So I think it'll just continue that move based on momentum. But I don't think from a long-term perspective it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm still looking at buys above 125.
Yeah.
Myself.
I was trying to play with this as more range. I took myself 17, 18.10. I was expecting this support to get hit again, so I'm gonna close 50% and I'm gonna let the rest run. But I'm expecting this last 15 minutes of this hour candle is gonna make the breakthrough.
Well, that 15 closed better, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're fighting the high time frame right now, and it shows.
Okay, what's this chart here? Let's take a look. See. Ooh. Buy if the zone is rejected. Makes sense. So now you gotta decide where you're gonna put your stop loss, where your TP is gonna be, where you're gonna take your entry. All those things are very important. It does seem like gold is gonna drop here. See that candle closing the wick at the top? So this meant there was no range.
Yeah, it's pissing me off. I'd like to see it break, but I don't like the way this candle's forming. I would want to, if it does, because my sell stop is here to here, I'd like to see the next candle sort of push through. Or if we get the next candle with momentum on the hourly, I just want it to drive down so I can exit once it hits my sell stop. Buy stops are probably safe above here to further go up. But like I said, this is probably more of like a Tuesday or Wednesday play. I don't see it happening today, to be honest. If it does, great. But I just think Tuesday, you're going to get the reversal that you want.
What's this chart? This is EJ. If this candle closes below the zone, it'll be a good sell. That makes sense. Because now it's back in that zone.
Hey, Rakeel, Ramadan Mubarak.
Hey, thank you. Are you fasting?
No, I'm just saying that out of respect.
Oh, thank you. You said it the right way.
Yeah, Manchester's very multicultural. I've been around Asians and Muslim people all my life. I am cultured.
Cultured. What's this chart? GU support on 30-minute. If the resistance breaks, confirmed buys. Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. A lot of waiting around here.
Yeah, it's just like a repeat of London.
Yeah.
It was like that in London.
Yeah, it's boring, man. You had to really force anything if you really wanted to try and get into a trade, but being Monday is no massive rush, you know.
Nah, I didn't do bicep curls before the stream. I will though tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll see me in a much tighter shirt and some right after a workout. Oh,
I
someone.
kind of like that shirt. That's a dead mouse shirt, right?
Yeah. Someone took a trade on US30 here. Let's take a look. Bought at this 15-minute support. US30 looks bullish. Expect to send. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we analyze here too, based on the 4-hour as well. Based on the 4-hour here as well. If you look on the 4-hour, let's just take a look on the 4-hour. Oh, that didn't go. The 30-minute here. It's closing bullish. Yeah, see now this pattern, if this pattern formulates on GJ, I'd be taking buys all day on GJ. And this is the same pattern that is now forming on US30. So if the next candle goes up to this range, how big is this? This is it's a 40 points, that's it. I thought US30 had bigger ranges. That's something to look out for. GJ looking like it might break support. Yeah, just waiting here to see how it reacts to 133, you know. Because if it does break support, the best position to be in would be let it go down, let it create a low, and then wait for it to do like a retest. And then continue moving down. That'll be a better trade.
It's about to do its thing, I think.
Yeah.
Getting close.
Yeah, Wheel's getting close to my.
Hmm.
There we go. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, that was a little bit. Oh. Yeah.
Jesus.
Same thing. I thought, God damn it.
Like, really? You have to enter in like that and bounce around? Just drive down now for the last 5 minutes.
I'm supposed to keep jumping quite a lot actually at the minute.
Yeah. And just the spread just widened when it hit.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. It comes down, activates it, widens, and goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it just did. I was like, really?
Damn it.
Yeah. Like, thanks. But I think what I said earlier is playing out, I hope. But, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Gold looks like it's gonna fill that daily low.
Yeah, that's what I was anticipating. It entered me and then whipped up. So I mean, I might take a loss here unless this 15-minute candle continues to drive, which it should. It seems like it is. It's breaking from that support.
It's just taking its time.
Yeah, and it was something that I was hoping wasn't going to happen this hour. I was hoping it would happen next hour, but that's okay.
Hi, Raja. Assuming I open up a chart and can't seem to understand what's going on, what could be possibly done to make things more clear? I think you need to start looking at the high time frame and see where it goes. So let's take gold here, for example. Now, since this candle is going down, you could logically say, well, the next best target for gold could be 1713. Right? And now automatically you have a bias. You're like, okay, perfect. Since we're respecting this resistance, coming down, could come down to this area. You look at the 1 hour, you're like, okay, 1 hour is about to close. And it just makes sense for the next 1 hour to continue moving bearish since this current one made a lower high, it's making a lower low, and the next one should go to make a top wick and then continue moving down. And there you have your idea. But if the things don't make sense, now let's take a look at GJ here, right? GJ here, it's very confusing because it's in this mess. Like this whole area is a consolidation area right over here. You know, so when things like this happen, you just have to wait. You just have to wait for price to break either up or to break down so that things start to make sense again. You know, because at this point, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, when this candle closed bullish on the 30-minute right over here, right, hit this one here, this made sense. This made sense for the next one to go up. But, you know, it didn't. Sometimes, you know, market does what it does. And you just got to say, oh, okay, thank you. Someone is saying US 30 sells, so we will mute this person right here. What are your thoughts? Have more than doubled my account on this trade. Should I pull out? Well, that's something you should have understood before you took the trade. But let's take a look here. Sold here. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. You can close if you want to. You can secure profits if you want. The best thing is to always secure profits. You know, like if you're not secured in profits, you're not making any money. Let's put it that way. You need to secure profits. You need to withdraw profits. Because securing profits, no one went broke, you know, securing profits. Why has US 30 become such the trendy trade in the community? US 30 is not a trendy pair in any community. I'm not sure which community you belong to, but that's a very false statement.
I think people are starting to get a bit excited because they see different news outlets and the news talking about the US stock market is at the lowest it's ever been, and oil the lowest it's ever been. Let's trade it. Okay. Good luck.
It's not even about that. It's like what people do is they go on Instagram, they see people trading US 30, they see people making like big profits on US 30 and they think they can do the same, you know, but it's difficult. US 30 is a very difficult pair to trade. I haven't seen anyone post a very in-depth analysis on US 30 so far.
It's because they can't.
They can't.
They don't know how US. People don't understand what US 30 is. They say, okay, well, it's a bunch of stocks that's created an indice. But ask people what an indice is and how an indice moves. Nobody knows. They just talk about it, right? Oh, US 30 is doing this because look at the support and resistance. It's an indice. If someone releases earnings or something comes out, I mean, that's going to rock that whole US 30. And then the thing is, when does it move? Where do you get pushes? You get pushes every second because the actual futures market and the actual equity market is constantly moving. So how do you gauge where we're going, right? Like it's very, very difficult. I mean, but hey, people trade it, they make money. I'm not going to knock them. That's what they want to do.
A lot of fundamental take place in US 30.
A lot of waiting around here today. Lots
man,
of.
that's why I'm on the sideline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take buys in DJ if it gets down to like in that 4-hour retest. That's what I'm thinking is. Like at 133, if GJ gets to 133, I'm gonna take buys in that area.
Nice.
Wait, inside the crazy range.
No. It broke out on the range on the 4 hour.
GJ. To the downside. Oh. So you're gonna take buys.
Exactly.
You're gonna hold it. I
Because
mean,
if you
if
look
this
at
30-minute close.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like if this 30-minute closes above 133, 150, you should be good. Staying away from that range at the bottom, and then you could take buys to the way up to 133, 500.
I haven't been on the streams for a while. Where's that YouTube playlist? Oh, that music? Only YouTube can hear that music. Apparently it's too loud on Zoom, so can't play it on Zoom. Gold is
God
about
damn it.
Gold's about to drop here.
Oh yeah, the last minute of the hour.
Yeah.
Last minute of the hour. It
Can't
stinks,
say.
so you're just gonna pull back.
Save my ass.
I was going to say the
Nah,
same as
I'm
that.
just kidding,
I'm
I'm
kind of
just
glad
kidding.
it did.
I'm just kidding.
Save my ass. Holy cow.
I didn't enjoy that one.
No, neither did I.
No. I was like, oh, really?
You're already
But
got
it-
activated, right?
But it
Kat?
did, it didn't make sense though, because we created that top wick on the 15 minute, and that's usually a breakout to push down past that support region on the 15. So I was like, why are we not pushing down and ripping all the way back up now?
Yeah,
because they wait for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
the thing
exactly.
is, it's like 3 minutes and nothing had happened, and I was like, oh, this is not going to end up well.
So that's good. We should drop now to 17.13, hopefully. Okay, there we go.
At least you're in profits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Not out of the woods yet.
I literally just wasted everything. I made a whole 9 pips earlier. I was just wasting it all. I was like, oh.
Not out of the woods yet.
No.
Yeah, but should continue. I'm not expecting this new hour to make a big retracement on toward the previous support. To be honest, I just want to see this hour die toward 17.10, 17.9.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, here we
wow,
go.
nice drop. There we go.
All right.
There we go. All right, I'm out.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you for that signal over there.
That train wreck of a trade? Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
I was gonna say
That's easy to do. Don't worry, I could do that any day you want, right? Just take an entry and hope it goes down.
It took some holding.
That was a brief taker right there.
I closed everything also.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted us to hit that lower area, and then as soon as we did, I assumed that we would come to there. So
yeah,
and then some adrenaline to pump up.
Yes.
Oh, it's just once that 15-minute. So I mean, when we reevaluate the trade from the 15-minute candle, your key is this candle right here, right? So as soon as we see that rejection, once we break here and we finish with this sort of body, you know that this candle is going to drop, and that was what I was talking about with the next hour continuation. And this is where you would try and exit or secure your profits, because I really don't trust this candle now with no upper wick, right? Because what ends up happening is this could reject and this could start our movement to the upside. So it's just a matter of really maintaining. Obviously, if you have trades up here, you're a little bit safer, because you could say, well, this will wick, the next candle will wick down, and then we'll continue this way, right? But for the people that were in on this candle here, this is not a very safe candle for us, so we have to exit. So that's two ideas. When you're looking at trade management, it's where you get into the market compared to others, right? So like I said, if you're in over here, you don't really have to worry about this candle. But if you're in over here, you have to worry about this candle. So that's where people will say, well, should I close over here? Well, I don't know. Like, what is your target from 1718? But I knew my target over here would probably be here, or at most over here. We saw the push to here, and that was the signal to leave. So, you're trying to watch that to make sure that you manage your trade accordingly. But if you entered in earlier, yeah, obviously you have a little bit more room to play with. But you enter in late, your range is tight. You have to you have to sort of manage the trade right away, and that's where you call an audible. And we knew that as we were coming towards the end of the hour, was like, okay, we're starting to get out of there. When you have the opportunity, get out, because of the fact the way gold moves. Take your profits and leave for the day. It's just, you know, it's not fun, let's put it that way. I mean, you know, to go down there and just get in and get out, it's scary. And my original entry was a lot better than my previous one. Like my original entry was at like 17.16. This one came in at 17.15, right? So that's a big difference when it comes to, you know, closing trades or managing trades.
Yeah, I agree.
Where were my stops on the sell? My stops were above that resistance, above this level here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1790.
Yeah, about 18 I was. Yeah.
Yeah. I got my entry at 17, 18, 10, and my stop loss was at 17, 19.
That was fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
No, it really wasn't. I enjoyed the ending. I did not enjoy the first half.
Well, and then really good though.
Well,
Yeah.
Kerwin said the last 5 minutes, so I tended to believe him. I was going with that idea as well, but I didn't want to say it out loud. But I was thinking this gold is going to be a very, very fast trade. Turned out to be that. So
I didn't like how that 30-minute finished. That really put me. And then it started to come back down. I was like, okay, we got options on the 15. But
well, that's exactly it. I mean, when you look at something like that, you're anticipating it to drop more, and then when it doesn't drop, you're sort of like, why are you doing this to us?
Especially when it kind of goes down and then jumps up.
Yeah.
That was the worst. That was like, oh man.
Yeah, this I wanted to exit at 17.12, but it slipped my exit to 17.14.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
so
like,
you got that sell?
yeah, I still got like 10 pips on it from 17.15 till 14.
I'm in a GJ buy right now.
Oh wow.
So I just don't want to get stuck in that range.
I think a better buy, man,
How
is
the
going to
fuck
be
you can trade that?
right above 133.300 is going to be a better buy.
Nah, it's a really small lot size, but I think it's continue up.
Yeah, I don't know.
That candle missed my entry by 5 pips.
Give me some adrenaline for the morning.
133.
See, now this is an example of a very well labeled chart. Price made a low, price rejected previous level, this is this. So you took a sell. Yeah, it's good. Now you're entering back in this consolidation. See, now this is a consolidation area right here. This is a problem. This is problem. Anything above this area is clean because you have clean candles here. Are you guys still holding gold? No.
No.
What's this? GU 30-minute chart. 1 hour 30-minute closed above. Okay. Maybe my bias is wrong. So you had a buy. Yeah, I think if you got stopped out here, I had the same idea on GG. If you got stopped out, you need to go through the lower time frames, and now you got to see that, okay, how could you have made your loss smaller? That's the thing. Because when you get stopped out, your first thing to do is to say that, okay, how could I make this loss smaller? You know, never. Okay, here's the thing. If you're aiming for, let's say, 1-to-1, you know, you're normally aiming for 1-to-1, and like, you know, you get stopped out, and then you win a trade, and now you're at break even, right? But if price starts to go against you, and you close, let's say you close half at a point where you say, okay, you know what, I'm not sure about it, but I think it's still gonna go up, so I'm gonna close half. And if price does hit your stop loss again, now instead of losing, let's say, for example, 10 pips, you lost 8 pips, you know, and then you take the second trade, and if you win the second trade, now you're in profits rather than being at break even. You know, so now you're managing your risk. You're doing trade management because you don't want to lose the entire stock. That's the whole idea about risk management. And that's what I'm doing a lot here. Could you please take a look at this buy analysis? Let's take a look. Buy analysis? This is a sell. Sold here as rejection and closed under the zone. Yeah, looks good. Oh, wait for retest, then buy to break through the trend line. Oh, I think if you're taking sells and you're profiting in sells, you should just stick with sells. Shouldn't necessarily look for buys then. Because if you're winning a trade, then you should just say that, okay, perfect, that's it. Someone asked, how do you anticipate a move? We broke gold down, you know. We broke gold down. That where it can come down to, where it can go to. So I think the better thing would be to rewatch the recap.
You time that well because it's rejecting the bottom of that zone. Real nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was the anticipation, and it goes back to the original discussion of the short-term.
It's an outlook against the high time frame, right?
Yeah,
So,
that was exactly it. I just didn't trust it the way that it was rejecting, but I thought that we would have that little movement down into the 13 and 17, 13, 17, 14 area, because we did say it would be a 10 to 20 pip range and it'd be fast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hate when I'm 100% right, but that's exactly what happened. I mean, for most people now, your safer trade will probably be coming into, I would be above 17.19. I think that's going to be your safer trade. If we look at this a little bit closely, you can see we have this low here and then this next low. It's just a little bit higher, so we're creeping up. So there could be an argument to continue to move up, but I wouldn't want to take anything unless we are above here. Our first target being here, and then eventually the next target being up at I would say 17.34. That would be your next target, because then what I'm looking to anticipate is candle movement in this direction at that point. So I don't want to be in this range anymore, to be honest.
I think UJ is a buy signal now. Well, if you send a chart, we'll take a look. How long did it take you to get profitable in the markets? The moment I realized that all what's going to take is 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. That's it. And giving it time. Would you say that risk takers are more successful than non-risk takers? Of course, but then every risk is managed. You know, every risk is managed. Whenever you're taking a trade, you're managing the risk.
Yeah, I think people have to understand the idea behind risk and where risk comes from. I mean, in anything that you're going to do in life, there's going to be a risk. So you have to make a proper assessment of that risk and assign a value to that risk. Your risk reduces, especially in trading, based on experience, based on your education, based on, you know, your financial situation. So how you evaluate risk will determine how you will successfully navigate FX. If you're naturally risk adverse and you don't like taking risk, FX will be very difficult for you to deal with, because you're constantly making decisions that could have a negative impact to your financial situation, to your mental well-being, things of that nature. So I think you as a person have to evaluate how much risk tolerance you do have to begin with, and then from there try and slowly migrate into FX. I say that because I assume you're in the chat. I assume you want to trade, but the thing is, it's hard to trade if you don't like losing money. You have to get used to that, and maybe you need you need to do something else to supplement your income so you don't feel that negative when you take a loss. A lot of times losses are manifestations of your internal well-being because of the fact that you're losing money that you could have put towards something else. That's the reason why you get emotional when you lose money. If you lost $100 in the market today, the first thing subconsciously that you think about is how you could have spent that money somewhere else, or what you could have done with that money somewhere else. You have to release that. And if you can't release that, that means that the money that you lost has a very, very powerful meaning to you, because A, there is probably not another income stream. B, it was a higher majority of the current income that you're making. Or C, you don't like losing money in general because you've never done it before, and this is new to you, so it hurts really bad. Similar to if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend for the first time and they leave you, you're going to feel devastated, as if you are never going to find another partner, because that was the person that you thought you were going to marry, have 12 kids with, and live in a big old house. You soon start to realize as you get older that people become commodities in some respects, where, you know, if you lose a boyfriend or girlfriend when you're 21, chances are by the time you're 23, 24, you'll find somebody else. And that person that was with you when you were 21 defined who you were as you were 21, but it doesn't necessarily change how your future is going to look. You know, you have one girlfriend or boyfriend, they leave you, you're not going to be single for the rest of your life, but at that current moment you feel devastated. So you can probably correlate that towards losing money in the markets if you've never lost money for the first time.
Next entry on gold, question mark. I think you need to send a chart. This isn't a signal stream. This isn't like, you know, where you can come on and say that, okay, what should we do now? What should we do next? It's not like this. This is for your learning purposes. If you come over here, post charts, post your analysis. We're going to take a look at your analysis. Like here, Mr. Ibrahim Majid sent a chart over here. So we're going to take a look at his chart. He sent a chart based on GJ. So we're going to take a look and see what happens here. GJ 4 hour. If 4 hour closes below resistance, I think we can sell into the next zone. Target over here. Perfect. So see, now we can kind of like, you know, give him some more insight, right? So basically you might want to create a zone over here on the 4 hour and say that this is a support on the 4 hour. It needs to break to come into this range, you know, and then this is a resistance forming on the 4 hour over here, and there's another resistance forming right over here. So now Ibrahim can say, oh, okay, perfect, this made sense. These guys, they reevaluated my chart and gave me some concrete ideas. Maybe his zones were a little off, so these guys made it seem like, okay, now this is how you can like make your zones here. So let's do this. Let's go to the GJ 4 hour, and if we remove everything, we do fresh analysis, what you'll see is that 4 hour created a resistance, and what it also did is it created a support right over here. Right now, if you go to the 1 hour chart, we see that the 1 hour, it actually tapped into that support around 133.050, and right now what we can do is mainly readjust this resistance to the 1 hour, and now we have the 1 hour range. You know, if the 1 hour breaks above 133.300, there's a very high chance for price to continue up to 133,500. You know, and same thing goes like if it breaks below 133,050, it can come down to 132,800. You know, and so on and so forth. So, you know, like, don't be shy, man. US 30 is also pushing up over here, which is, I mean, I'm just watching US 30 till like May or June, see what happens. Previous 4-hour bearish, you took a sell once it broke below the 15-minute, continue to make lower low. Yeah, I mean, if you have a stop loss, that's perfect. You know, you have a stop loss. A stop loss is basically, it dictates that if price starts to go against you, the stop loss is the level where your analysis is no longer valid. You know, that's basically what a stop loss is. So it's good. How long you guys be on until? I think I'm going to be here till 40 minutes more. Yeah, 40 more minutes, and then I gotta go take a nap. Where did you learn to trade the 30-minute time frame? It was great because so basically before I started looking at the 30-minute time frame, it was the norm to look at the 1-hour time frame, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1-hour, 4-hour, right? That was the norm. And I would always missing moves on the 1-hour because I was waiting for the 1-hour to close. And I'm like, okay, why aren't people looking at the 30-minute? You know, it just makes sense. If you're having a big move on the 1-hour time frame, and if you can't catch it on the 15-minute, you might be able to catch it on the 30-minute. So yeah, it just made sense to look at the 30-minute as well. Gold. Yeah, I think you sold right at the bottom. You sold right at the bottom. Your entry should have been after this candle closed here. We were talking about gold here as well. If you look on the 15-minute. You know, like once this closed, there was a clean move down till here. Oh wow, this thing is moving up now. I think this was a liquidity grab down here. Will Forex trading ever disappear?
Yes, tomorrow.
Yes, when currencies disappear, when the
Yes, that's true.
yes, when we don't use dollars and coins anymore.
Yeah, when we start trading with cows and chickens and stones.
Yeah, that would be cows and chickens markets.
Or crypto.
The simplest way to evaluate when FX will die is when you're able to legitimately say that 99% of the world has access to the internet on a stable and financially comfortable setting. That's the biggest hurdle that we have to overcome for a electronic currency to take place. You have to realize there's numerous developing countries that don't have access to the internet but do have a paper currency. So really look at that as part of the evaluation. You know, you can compare it to having a credit card, right? So there's multiple countries, first world or developed countries, that own credit cards because those are basically electronic means of payment. But you still have developing countries that don't have credit cards, right? So if you look at cryptocurrency sort of falls in that same category, whereas the world starts to evolve, you know, internet becomes more readily available, you know, that electronic form of payment will become a little bit more readily available. It's just be cognizant of those things. It doesn't mean that crypto's not going to come, and I'm not going to get into a debate on whether or not crypto's good or bad. It's just more the fact that we have to think logically. You need a lot of adoption, and you also need a lot of accessibility. And you know, the question you have to ask yourself yet is how many Bitcoin ATMs do you see compared to how many bank ATMs do you see? right? When that starts to level off and they both become even, where there's a Bitcoin bank and there's a regular brick and mortar bank beside each other, then I would say that, hey, we're on our way to adoption of cryptocurrency. So it's just more of just be careful. And I mean, then the ultimate underlying argument for crypto is any current crypto that was generated by a third party, and what I mean by someone other than the government, chances are isn't going to be the standard. The government will never allow a population to own currency, whether it's crypto, cows, goats, chickens, whatever you're going to trade. The government will never allow you to have full control over that. They will have control over it somehow. So whether or not they tell the banks to create their own crypto, whether or not the government creates a crypto and says this is what we're using going forward, we as a population will never own that. Obviously, there are idealists that believe this is the decentralized currency that's going to thwart government, but as we can see, government does whatever it wants when it wants. So we have to really anticipate that move and learn how to exploit it, not try and fight it.
Yeah, the government is going to have full control over the chickens and hens.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll limit you on how many chickens or hens you can create. And what they'll do is they'll sell you the eggs. Like, it's just
they're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Stimulus checks of 10 chickens.
Exactly. Like, yeah, here are your eggs for the month. Create chickens. So what? 3 of them died? Well, I guess you have to buy more, right?
We're
It's
decreasing
just
the
common
interest
sense.
rate.
Yeah.
5% chickens every year.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, we just have to think logically, and just, you know, when people say, well, that's unfair, how does the government just get to control everything? Yeah, but you know it's unfair. What you do now is you look for loopholes on how to exploit that, because the government, once again, it's too big, right? So, you know, it's not going to watch every little crack and crevice. As much as they control things, they have a lot of non-control over other things, right? Like, they can't control day-to-day activities. It's way too big. Think of it as, you know, the government is the CEO of a large corporation. And if you've worked in corporate before, you work for you know, a business, does the CEO come over to your desk every day and ask you what you're doing for the 8 hours that you're working there? No, the CEO has other things to do. So you as an employee can take advantage of small things. Maybe you have a 15-minute break, you go on break for 17 minutes. You know, your CEO is not going to come to you and be like, give me that 2 minutes back. You've just exploited the system because you know he can't watch you 24/7. So it's simple things like that. And it's not meant to, you know, try to defraud the government or do something bad, but it's like, hey, if I know if I open a business, I can have tax credits and I can write off things, and I can get you know, expense credits and things of that nature, I'll do that before I try and just claim it as a sole proprietor where I have full liability. Maybe I want limited liability so I can, you know, take advantage of that situation. And, you know, maybe the car that I want to buy, I can lease it through my company and write that off as an expense, where if I bought it myself and I leased it under my name, then I wouldn't have an expense, right? So it's just little things like that.
Too much information.
Yeah, sorry. I'll quit.
Oh, man. You know these streams are being listened to. I don't understand why people just don't use Google. Like, that information, what you said about leasing the cars and with the business, I found that in Google, or just digging through the internet. Dig through the internet.
Well, I talked to my accountant for the corporation, and he gave me some tips, you know.
I haven't learned anything from a CPA. I learned everything off the internet, and I just dig to make sure it was actually facts, what I found. That was it.
Wow.
I think also on the concept of like cryptos as they are now, I think they're too complex for the average person. And most people, I would say that if you can't answer basic questions on security and safety, and it's quite complex actually, it's not straightforward and simple. If you can't answer those, I think you have no business being in cryptos at all. Probably sounds a bit bad, but when I get people coming in tears saying they've lost this amount of money, that amount of money, because they can't get their keys back, because in a normal banking system, if you lose your money, you go to the bank and they say, okay, somebody scammed your account, you're insured, don't worry, we'll give it back to you or whatever. This is all on you. So most people shouldn't be anywhere near cryptos at all. I mean, I feel sorry for most of the people jumping in because they're going to lose money. Not from just trading it, from just the fact that they'll forget and they think there's someone to turn to. There's no one to help you.
And that's why I stay away from crypto, because I don't understand none of that key crap, none of these BTC codes and all this crap. It's too confusing.
It just takes time, and it's just time and effort. And most people, unfortunately, are not willing to understand it and learn it properly. They don't want to go through it. It took me, I think it'll take me about 2 years, I think, to understand everything to a proficient level. And I had to spend a lot of money to go and get taught by people, So most
I remember
people advise is just stay
sorry
away.
to cut you off.
That's cool.
I remember the first time I used crypto because I didn't understand it. I was moving money to a broker, and by the time my money hit my account, like I lost like $500. Like I was like, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that was a lot of money, though. So it take too long to hit the broker account.
Yeah, because I went through Coinbase, right?
Mhm.
And then from Coinbase, like it was sitting in Coinbase, and I didn't understand how to move it from Coinbase to the broker. So I guess it was in the live market. And then when I finally got the code or whatever to send it to my broker, I send it over. And by the time it hit that account,
Yeah, because by that time you didn't know how to convert that money to cash, to US cash.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
I just stayed away from it. It's too complicated for me personally.
Yeah, sometimes it's complicated.
Like, it's probably going to be for someone like my son. I'm old school, so like the newer generation probably understand more, because I see all these guys doing BTC withdrawals from their broker's account. But from long as they have wire, I always do wires. Even if I have to pay a little bit more, I always do wire.
Like even the young ones don't understand. Don't worry, you're not on your own. I normally get at least probably in a month, maybe 2 or 3 people coming to me. Meaning
because with the wire, you always have a tracking number. Who do you turn to if you miss entered a number or something and that goes to the wrong account or something like that? Who do you turn to?
Well, yes, wire transfers always are gonna be safer than using crypto or any other stuff.
Like even when I tried to get my account verified through Coinbase to up the limit, like that took like a long time. I might see a trade today.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm out. Bye, everybody.
All right, take care.
Have a safe one.
Take care.
Okay, Mark, take care, buddy. Love you.
US 30 did eventually go up. Kind of had a little problem over here, but eventually did start to go up. Something interesting I'm looking at USD CAD. Oh no, US 30. Yeah, GJ buys above 133.300 would be best. It'd be a great opportunity to take a buy. Sells below 133.050 would be a great opportunity to take a sell. Let's draw my yellow line over here. I like my yellow lines. If you think illegal drug, okay. Do you know anything about US 100? Nope. I know nothing about US 100. I'm just learning about US 30, so that's about it so far. Do you have an Islamic account? No. No. Just because you're Muslim, it doesn't mean you're going to have an Islamic account.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
I mean, Islamic account, the only thing you get with Islamic account is bigger spreads and no swap fees. And you don't need an Islamic account if you're not holding trades over a day. Because the whole point of having an Islamic account is that you don't pay swap fees. But if you're not holding trades over a day, it doesn't make any sense, you know. But you're paying more in spread. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm new here. Do you suggest any brokerage? Well, there are names of brokerages in the video you're watching right now in the description. Right. What's this chart here? Sells on GJ. Oh, nice. That's a very, very aggressive, very nice sells here on GJ. You could get like, it could come down to 133.050 for sure. It's pretty good. I support you in that idea. Yeah, I have to leave in like 30 minutes. My maid is going to show up here pretty soon. We have some dust here on this table here, and the glasses we put on. We gotta fix that.
And you gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, gotta go to my gym which we built underground.
Nice.
Hey, how do you feel about hunting for buys and sells? I think that's a very bad idea. Hunting for both. Oh, actually, let's take a look here. There's a chart attached with that statement. All right, GJ, I'm looking for buys above. Yeah, makes sense. Looking for sells below this. Yeah, makes sense. This is good. I think when you have both marked out, that's going to help you a lot, because so if you're looking at the 1 hour here, and if you are looking for buys above this area, and at the same time you're looking for sells, now you're in a good position, right? Because now if price breaks, you're going to know why it's breaking, and then you're also going to know how to execute. But if you don't have sells planned out, if you only have buys planned out and price starts to go down, then you're going to be confused, right? And it's also going to help you in not marrying trades, you know. But let's say if you take a buy over here, and if you don't know why GJ is going to go down, then you're going to marry the trade, you know. Then you're going to say, oh no, it has to come up, it has to come up. But if you're planning both sides, then you're going to be more fluid to exit the positions if it starts to go against you. Damn, looks like it's gonna break over here. It wasn't a buy after all.
Hey, Roger, based on this fact that we've just been consolidating here for a little bit and it's just broken out, I take it you would wait for at least a 30-minute candle to close below 133.050 before looking to follow it down, instead of just waiting for it to break, say like that low of that bearish candle there, that's sort of like last night.
Yeah, I think if I was to take the sell, I would wait for price to create a low, come up, and then create like some sort of a resistance and then continue down. Because if I take a sell here, my stop is going to be, it's like a 12 pip stop. But then again, the candle hasn't closed yet. You know, it started 6 minutes ago. So I probably wanted to let it break, let it make a low, come up to create like a minor resistance, and then come down to retest the low.
Yeah,
that's like the best case scenario I would want to see.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it could do what it did like on your chart where you've got it now, 6 and 9 o'clock on the 25th, I think that is, like that sort of resistance area there on the left hand side, just a bit further left, a few more candles left. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like, you know, it's like waiting is key.
Yeah, makes sense. Sorry to whoever I cut off as well. I didn't mean to do it.
Oh, they're mad right now.
That's okay, no problem, man. No.
He just had tequila. He's coming for you, man.
He's outside my house.
No.
Stop by, we'll have some together.
Now, I was watching a GJ and looking at the 1 hour candles. I mean, I'm trying to understand how could I take this sell, earlier. And yeah, we had this previous bearish candle on 1 hour, but we have rejection to that previous resistance. So, but yeah, it could be a really nice sell for the wick fill on 1 hour, but it was a lot risk on that trade.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The way that bearish candle is formed there, and it's like lower than those three previous, like semi-doji ones. I don't know. I'm not great on candlestick formations, but would you not say that that is more of a directional indication that it's going to like continue to push down? And obviously, as you just said, then you've got like a great idea for a wick fill there, which is 15 pips plus.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the thing is, basically the 1 hour, broke below the previous wicks, and but failed to close. The body of the candle failed to close below those wicks. So, if you go to the 30-minute, you're gonna see that reaction on 30-minute. Even though the next candle closed bearish, showing like a continuation for the wick fill, and it didn't make sense to me to take sells from there.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a shit range, isn't it? It's just never take anything in the middle of it. So
no, it's gonna continue.
Go to this chart. Clean traffic. Looking for sells. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Now you're looking for maybe on the smaller time frames to break the low. Yeah, a nice big screen.
Oh.
GU 4 hour. A sell stop when the candle breaks the 4 hour lows. I think you can also take a sell once you look at the smaller time frames too, like the 1 hour or the 30-minute. That could give you better ideas as well. Look at GU here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's something what GJ did on the 1 hour. Exactly this, and next candle went down because this clean candle hit to the left.
Yeah.
We have another chart coming in here. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, if it makes a low, then it's going to create some sort of a resistance to come up, like a minor resistance, to come down and retest the low. That's going to be a great opportunity. Because now it's coming down into this next range, which is 20 pips. Looking on 30-minute GJ, we got 6 rejection. I think Francesco, instead of giving comments, it's going to be better if you send a chart. Because we can't sit here and just count your 6 rejections. If you show a chart, that's going to help us out a lot. It's going to help us a lot. So sending a chart is going to be pretty good. Okay, what's this? Oh, wrong chart. Someone sent a wrong chart. Let's say the 30-minute closes below the support. The next candle wicks up and that turns bearish. Would you enter on that turn or wait for the close? Looking at the 15-minute. Yeah, I would wait for. I would want to see another candle closing below this area, and then I'm gonna try to take a sell. Not at this one. This 30 minutes still has 20 minutes to close, 15 minutes to close. The 4 hours also closing here, so you'll have to be very careful. You know, because the 4 hour candles are also closing at this point.
If you've been watching gold, similar to the idea we were talking about earlier, we got that movement that we were looking for. So we were looking at this rejection area here to potentially move up to this area here. So we may start to see a bullish run up into this area. So just be aware if you're looking at taking potential buys, this being the rejection and now starting to ramp up. Now our higher time frames are starting to flip. So what you may find is tomorrow on the Tuesday, we might get that bull run up over in this area here, perhaps. So just something to keep in mind if you're planning to trade gold in the next coming days.
Ooh, long chart. Oh, I can use the paid feature here. Perfect. We can look at gold and GG at the same time. I got a huge discount on TradingView. The way I did it, I got a 40% discount. I bought the, no, I didn't buy it. I signed up for the free thing, and for 30 days, by day 28, I went to cancel it, and they sent me an email. They're like, hey, wait. You want a discount? 40%? Like, perfect, I'll take it.
So how much is the regular price on that?
I don't know. I think I paid $100 for the whole year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what I paid too.
Oh, nice.
Impressive. Because I think usually for Black Friday they run a promo, and it's at like 60% off.
Oh, 60% off.
Yeah. Problem is, I don't know if they have different levels on that subscription. There's something better than another subscription.
Yeah, it's all the same. The only difference is, like, if you bump up your subscription, you can add more indicators.
Oh, not good. We trade naked, naked charts to be clear. Not that we are naked.
I don't know about you, but everyone can see me.
Now I can see you. Before, no.
Yeah. Before, who knows? Raja making thousands on Forex, but getting discounts. Oh yeah, man, discounts. You get discounts, you save money. Getting discounts is like making money. That's how I see discounts.
Why are people so? What's the stigma surrounded by people making money asking for discounts on things? Why is that a stigma? Because I have money, that means I should pay full price for things? I've always wondered about that.
Yeah.
I haggle with everything. Like, it's your nature. You want the best value. You know that everything's marked up. So who cares how much money you have? I want the best price. I mean, I go to Vegas. I want the hotel for free. I want my food for free. I don't care how much money I have. Give me free stuff. It's the nature of it's the nature of the world. I mean, you don't want to pay full price for anything. I've never paid full price for anything that I've bought that's been a major purchase. I've haggled down to the last penny. Give me free car mats. Give me free oil change. Give me free service. Give me a keychain. Give me something. I don't care. I want something for my money.
I mean, you can't have an oil change, Ted. Sorry.
You know that I have a huge problem with my wife because anywhere I go, I try to make friends, and they always try to help and try to give you discounts. If I go to the dealership and they are giving away keychains, so hey, can I get one? And she tell me, hey, why are you asking for any more stuff? You don't need that. And I say, well, you never know.
I go to the restaurants, and when they give away the free candy, I take 3 candies instead of 1.
Yeah, same. I do the same.
People walk by and they're like, why'd you take that? I take a pen from a hotel room because it's nice. Why am I buying pens if I can get them free at the hotel room? Like,
yeah, I have pens and paper from Bellagio.
yeah, exactly. Notepads. What's wrong with people? Like,
yeah.
Like people are ridiculous. You pay all this money for certain things, and there's a free notepad. You better believe it. I don't want to buy paper. Why do I have to buy paper?
Yeah, I do the same.
Yeah, like it's just let's be realistic here. It's not a matter of being frugal or cheap. It's just like think logically. Like why do I got to go to the store and buy pens for $3 or $2 when I'm at a hotel? They give away free pens. They're the exact same ink. I don't care that it says Hilton or Marriott on my pen when I'm working out at home.
When my wife gave birth, I took a few extra babies from the hospital because why not?
Man.
That's a good one.
I'm not advocating stealing.
Because why not?
Jeez. I think people just have to realize, there's things that you pay for discounts for, and then there's things I'll pay full price. So like my friends that own businesses, I will never ask them for a discount. I will always pay full price for small businesses or restaurants. Like I'll never go to a restaurant and ask for discounted food. I think that the service industry, things of that nature, people that run small businesses, I think you should reward them by paying full price. But these large corporations that earn billions of dollars a year, you better well believe I'm trying to squeeze every penny out of them because they have markups on everything, right? And from a small business perspective, it's hard for businesses to have huge markups, and you know that they're working for your best interest. But these large corporations, man, I go over to Porsche. They turn. I had to go get my wheels changed for my summer tires. I went over to Porsche. Like, do you want something? I'm like, what can I have? And they're like, oh, you can have drinks, food, everything. I'm like, yeah, give me everything. I said, just bring me a plate. The receptionist looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, I want everything.
Well, the problem is many people are trying to act rich, and they don't ask for any discount or something free.
Not me. I'm wearing a $10 T-shirt right now with $4 pajamas on. So I'm
Guys, take care. Lovely session. See you guys. Stay safe. Stay strong.
Take care, mate.
Yeah, so if you traded gold, you should be in profits right now, heading up towards 1722, 1723. So what we suspected earlier in the stream is now happening. That low that was created at 1713 is starting to reverse the daily candle to go back up. So what you might find is there's going to be 2 options that are going to happen today. The daily candle may flip, which is a very, very, low probability. I don't think Monday has enough momentum for it to flip all the way up. But what you might find is tomorrow's daily candle will dip down a bit and then start to drive up, and that will begin the weekly move to the upside. Because what we looked at earlier in the stream, if you weren't here, go back to about 8 o'clock, 7:45. We looked at the daily and the weekly charts on gold, and we saw that there was a tail being formed on the weekly to potentially drive up for the rest of the week. So just something to keep in mind if you're trading gold. So gold may be pushing towards the upside at this point. So just something to keep in mind, especially if we break into the higher time frames. So we really have a heavy support right now on gold. So what you may find is this area here acts as a zone. We may tap one more time into this area and then break up. So any trades above this area here will be pretty safe going up to this point here. And then eventually back up to here, which will fill the monthly wick.
Start off with watching Back to Basics. Oh, I removed that webinar from YouTube. I took 2 trades, GJ buys and gold sells. 2 trades today.
I took 2 trades too.
Yeah, actually 3 trades. One I took in Monty's stream.
I have a runner on GJ right now.
Oh, nice. Can I post US 100 chart here as well? Even though, yeah, post it. We'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at this chart. All right, GU 15 minute. Wait for 15 minute to close bullish to take buys. Let's take a look at 15 minute. Let's take a look at the 30 minute. I think GU is ranging. You really have to wait for it to break out of this range to take a trade on GU. See, this is ranging here, and you're basically waiting to see if this range breaks, right? So now if you look on the high time frames, what you will find is that once you look left, you see that there's clean candles here. So if we remove this top zone, which is based on the daily time frame, you will see some more information now that maybe this is going to be the area where GU might come into if it breaks above this resistance, right? If you're looking for sells, you're looking at maybe like if GU breaks the support, it may come down to like, maybe like around here, 1.23850 or close to 1.2400. So right now it's just ranging and you're just waiting. You're waiting to see if you see a candle closing above. Let's say you have a candle closing like this, and then you can say, okay, once we have a candle closing bullish, now I can anticipate price to continue moving up. That would be the most logical idea to wait for, having stopped below this breakout candle and whatnot. So there's a lot of waiting involved when you're trying to trade. And that's what we're doing here. I mean, if you look on GJ here, GJ is bouncing off that support. It's not really closing below that support. So it's not a sell and not a buy because it's at support. So you have to wait to see what's going to happen here. How are your gold spreads? My gold spread is like 5 pips, 6 pips, slightly better than last week and the week before. I mean, fuck man, they were at like 10 pips, 20 pips.
5 pips still a lot, man.
Yeah, 4 pips, 5 pips.
Yeah.
Would you look for buys on GJ if it creates support on 15 minutes? I think if it creates support on a 30-minute, then I might look for buys. But my time is slowly ending here soon, so probably gonna leave here in a little bit. But ideally, I would want to take buys above 133, 300. Nasty Mondays. Yeah, I mean, it's people who took a loss on Monday. You have to understand it's Monday. You know, it's a Monday. You have Tuesday, you have Wednesday, you have Thursday, you have Friday, but today is just Monday. So you need to just relax. You need to chill out and say, okay, you know what? Even if I took a trade, I took a loss. That's okay. It's a Monday. You have tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and then you have the week after tomorrow. Don't let Monday be the end of your trading account. That's something very important, and you have to really understand this, because sometimes, when you take a loss, you get so carried away. If you're an emotional person, you're going to get involved in a trade. If you took a loss in GJ, you're going to keep on looking at GJ trying to take a trade. If you're working from home because of the COVID-19, you're going to still be looking at the charts, trying to take a trade, trying to chase the charts, trying to chase price, trying to see if you can, maybe you're going to drop down to the 5-minute. You're going to say, okay, yeah, we're breaking out. I'll take a trade. You'll take a loss. I mean, it's going to end bad. So if you've taken 2 trades today, it's time to call it a day. If you've taken 1 trade today, it's still time to call it a day because it's a Monday. And maybe you don't have much experience in the charts. So, looking at the charts for a long amount of times, it's detrimental to your trading performance. Let's put it that way. Because the more you look at the charts, the more prone you are to take a trade. So if I keep looking at the charts, I know I'm going to be more prone to take trades. So I'm just going to chill out. See you tomorrow, Raja. Have a good day. Thank you. Have a good day. Has fasting affected your trading? No, not at all. Fasting has nothing to do with trading. Trading is like price. You enter, close. That's it. How will fasting affect my trading? I think it makes you more focused or something. What's this? US 30. Oh, US 100. I can't decide any ideas right now. Any insight? It's ranging. Yeah, so let's take a look at this, right? So you have price that is currently in this range. If we break above this range, we're going up over here. We're moving from 8895 to 8941, around 30 points, 50 points, moving up 50 points. If we break this support, then we're coming down to this area here. So right now, there's nothing happening. It's just ranging. So your US 30 100 is just ranging. If you look on GJ, 30-minute candle close bearish, this is trying to go down. See, whenever price is rushing down or whenever price is rushing up, it's making either a low or it's making a high. And whenever price makes a low and a high, I look at that and say, okay, perfect. Because once this high or low is made, price is going to retrace, create like a minor resistance or a minor support, and then you can take a trade to retest that lower high. So that's something. So that goes on to like how long are you willing to wait? You have to wait. It's very important. If you wait, you get paid.
there goes gold. So if you're in gold right now, we're approaching 1722. So just be aware that it's coming to maybe a resistance area. So you may want to exit one of your positions and let another one run. Levels of interest. I mean, once again, remember when we're looking at exiting, the reason why we're exiting is we're looking to directly to the left. You can see we've made that the body of the candle, so we finished off that whole move. And when we look directly, you can see there's a big zone right over here that we're coming into. It's also Monday, so it's something that you'd want to keep in mind, that as we start to move up, we may come into resistance at this area here, and it could drop down a little bit more for the rest of the day as we start to push through. So really manage your trade in this hourly candle right now. So this is a 15-minute chart, but this is your hourly candle. So really start to watch these levels as we start to move up, that we could reject at those points, and there could be drops at any given time. So if you're in gold right now, I'd be securing profits, letting some run, but at the same time being aware that this is a zone and that this is a zone that we're coming into. Why are those zones? Because you can see based on the chart, this rejection ended up dropping here. This rejection here ended up dropping here, right? So that's something that should give you a little bit of information to say, hey, when we come here, there's an area of contention, and it's something that we have to manage as a trader.
Yeah. So you managed to enter near 1719.
Yep, I'm in it. I was in at 1719.
Man, I missed all the fun.
Yeah, because that rejection, once it came up to 1719, it was an easy move to go further up, because we talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was watching at the 15 minutes. I'm waiting for the new hour opening. I took my entry 1720.
Yeah, I got in at 1755, and I just closed the position that I was in at, I guess 1719.36.
Very well played.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Did you? Sorry, because I've just come back. Did you take that as that's kind of pull back on lower time frame there?
Yeah.
Is
So
that what you were looking at?
Yeah. So when we talked earlier, we were talking about the 1719 area going up to 1722. Or 1716, 1715 going down to 1713. So I just rode the opposite way now. Both sides are up, yeah.
No, that's good.
With your size, don't you get slippage? Not really. The thing is, I mean, you know, it's not only me that's trading gold. There's thousands of other people trading gold. If 100 people are trading a single lot of gold, that means 100 lots are in place. So I mean, really, my account is not doing anything different than 100 smaller users, to be to be honest. People have entries at 17, 19, 80, 17, 14. Hey, that's awesome. Good. If you're in at that, especially if you're in at 1714, if you're looking at the daily candle, if that daily candle rips all the way up still to like 1723, 1724, that's probably a good move to hold all the way to 1734 and then 1742.
Yeah, I was looking for safe entries at 25 plus.
Yeah.
Well, if we got it there, like 25, 5-ish, 6, and then looking for later in the week if we got the opportunity today. But looks like I should have had my dinner at a different time. I was too hungry, man. London was so boring.
Yeah, you know, man.
I made that gold trade, and I was like, that'll do. I'm going to go and get something to eat.
Yeah, so if you're looking now at entries, right? So if we mark out this as your zone that we just tapped into, you know that entries will now have to be above this zone. So this candle here, you can't enter in this candle. You have to wait for this zone to sort of bounce around and then break up. Your entry should have been over in this area here to go for this zone here. You can't enter a trade in right now, right? Because you have this area here coming up too. So you have to really manage your trade outside this zone and look for candles where they're rejecting down to push further up. That's what you're looking for. Your entries should have been over here, which we talked about earlier on the stream. If you missed that, go back to 7:45, 7:30 a.m. on the stream. So look at the time below here and go back to these times here, and you'll understand why entries were taken over here. Specifically for this candle here, specifically to go to this level here. This trade here is not nothing new. This was all broken down, as well as the trade going down here. This was fully broken down too. So you have two opportunities. You could have taken advantage of both. So please go back and watch the streams. There should be no excuse on why, if you're trading gold and if you were looking for entries, you should have been able to find them if you're by your desk, unless you were eating like Chris.
I just thought it was going to be one of the days after. I thought I had a good move in London, and it kind of went 9 pips, and it's still good, but then it killed me off. And then I had the same then with gold, and I was like, you know what, might be one of them days. I'll just call it quits today.
So this chart, somebody said, so looking for buys above this area here. I can't see all the way to the left, but it does seem like there's this resistance you're looking at. You have the blue line drawn, so that could be a good target. If you're looking for like a retest, maybe you should also focus on this area here on the 1 hour, which might pose some sort of a support. And after we break that, then this area makes sense here. So hope this makes sense. Yeah, man, it was a boring New York session as well. Except for the quick move from gold sells and then buys, but after that it was just like, man, GJ was just not so clear either.
A lot of wicks on GJ, lower time frames.
You woke up early, Raja?
Me? Yeah. Yeah, to eat.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Could you look at the 133 zone as support created after the high? Yeah, I mean, that's a very strong support, 133. 133 is a very, very strong support. Can you explain how you call this the New York session when Wall Street is opening in 20 minutes? Yeah, that's the stock exchange.
Yeah, so this is what we call the New York USA currency session, which opens at 8 a.m. Eastern. The New York Stock Exchange is the equity market that opens at 9:30 Eastern. So those are two diverse markets, and there are two different openings. So if you're not aware of that, that's Forex 101, something that you could review in Google. You know, technically the term is North American session open because the Canadian session opens at 8 a.m., but we call it New York because, you know, this is New York Eastern time, just similar to the London session. So something to keep in mind.
All right, everybody, I'm gonna head off over here.
All right.
Take care.
Okay,
have
mister.
fun.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Call
done.
of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Warzone.
Warzone.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
All right, man. Take care, everyone.